my friends, this is Daniel Alley, and today I want to talk with you about 3 simple rules in life. If you follow these rules, you'll always be successful, so please listen up and take a lot of notes. Here they are. The first rule is that if you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. Look, all these people, they want that nice car. They want that nice house. They want that nice family. They want that nice business. But do they do the work? There's some people that want everything, but they won't do anything. You've got to do the work. You've got to pay the price. You've got to sacrifice. You've got to understand what it takes to make it happen. If you look at all the successful people in the world, you'll realize that they paid the price. They understood that it's gonna take blood, sweat, and years, and tears to get to what they want. But my question for you is, what do you want? What do you really desire? What is it that you really want in life? And what is your life purpose? What is your goal? What are you gonna work on for the next decade? The next 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades? What is your legacy going to be? What do you want to tell your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren if you plan on having kids? What is that story that you want to represent for the family? What is that legacy that you want to create in business, in your industry? My friends, if you really want it, you have to go all in. You cannot be half-hearted. I remember the day I bought my Mercedes. I went up to the dealership, I negotiated the price, and I said, I want it. If I don't get it at this price, I'm leaving. And I knew that that is what I wanted because years before, I test drove this car. I knew deep down that this would be the car that would be most satisfactory for my needs. And when I went to the dealership that day, I knew that I wanted it, and I got it. My friends, if you really aspire and desire, you will acquire, but you've got to put in the work. You've got to pay the price, and you've got to do what it takes in order to get it. The second rule of life is that if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. I remember there were so many times in school where I was afraid to ask a question because I thought I would look stupid. I thought that other kids would laugh. I thought that I would be ridiculed. And I was wrong. There are so many simple questions that I wanted to ask, but I didn't ask because I was afraid. My friends, you've got to ask. You've got to break through and be confident in who you are and what you want. You've got to ask the serious questions in life. Let's say you're trying to figure out who your spouse actually is. You've been dating somebody, but you don't know their financial situation. You don't know how much debt they have or how their credit is, and you don't ask. What good is that gonna do? You've got to ask them questions about their life, about their finances, about their faith, about all these things that go into understanding who your spouse is. Because you don't want to be that person that makes that major mistake and marry the wrong person. Or what about that job? Let's say you're applying for a job, you see the salary, it looks like something that you want, but then you go there and it's not the job that you thought it was because you didn't ask questions. And if you don't ask questions, you won't have answers. So my point is that if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. Sometimes when I go to restaurants, I ask the server or even the manager, hey, is there any additional discounts that you can offer on my meal? And sometimes they'll say, oh yeah, I'll throw this plate in for free. Oh yeah, I'll give you 20% off. And they'll give me a deal because I asked. My friends, I want you to think about the things that you can be asking for and begin to ask at once. Have the confidence, have the boldness, have the audacity to ask the questions that are most important in life. Even if there are little things that you're dealing with that you don't think that are important, you still gotta ask. You know, what is in this special cake that you just made? Or can I get a coupon so I can get a discount on my clothing? You know, there's so many questions, but you've got to ask. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. So ask, and ask boldly. And the third and final rule in life is that if you don't step forward, you'll always move backward, or you'll always stay stagnant. You'll always be in the same place. And there's so many people that are afraid to step forward. They're always thinking backwards. They're always thinking, how can I be comfortable? How can I preserve what I have? How can I maintain these current relationships? And they never expand. My friends, you've got to expand beyond your own territory. Look, sometimes when you grow and when you change, it can be discouraging. There are times where it will be hard. There are times where you will question yourself. There are times where you might not understand why things may work out the way they are. But you've got to understand that you've got to grow. You've got to learn. You've got to develop yourself and your mentality if you want to change your reality. So basically what I'm saying is step forward. I remember when I took the leap to become a full-time entrepreneur. It was something that I didn't even know if I could do. I knew that deep down in my heart it's something I had to do, but I didn't know if I could undertake the responsibility of using all my resources to getting to a specific goal in business. I had to try it out. I was a young 20-something-year-old, but I knew that I wanted it. I knew that if I worked together with my team, I could eventually create the results that I wanted. And I kept on stepping forward. I kept on believing, I kept on dreaming, I kept on working, I kept on reading, and I started to understand exactly what I needed to do in order to gain clarity, in order to achieve the next goal, in order to connect with the next person, in order to reach everything that I knew that was deep down within my heart. My friends, what is it that you need to do right now in order to step forward? I'm being very serious with you because I want you to take that quantum leap. I don't want you to go for incremental raises. I don't want you to make $50,000 one year and then make $52,000 the next year, or $53,000 the next year. I want you to double or triple or quadruple or even 10 times your income. I want you to do big things. I want you to have that fancy watch. I want you to travel the world. I want you to believe in yourself. Because remember, when you believe in yourself, everybody else in the world will believe in you. But my question for you is this: do you believe in you? Because I believe in you. Look, I don't care what country you may be from. You might say, oh, where I live, oh, you don't know, Dan, it was so corrupted. I don't care about your background. You might say, oh, I was molested, I was on drugs, I did this, I did that. I don't care if you're going through legal battles or depression or any of this. What I'm saying is that you have what it takes to step forward right now. There is nothing stopping you but you. If you're blaming outside circumstances, if you're blaming things in the government, if you're blaming anything but yourself, then you need to make a change. And you need to make that change right now. So my friends, those are the 3 rules in life. If you follow them and fully understand and implement them, you can change everything. You can accomplish any goal you want. You can reach any level of success that you truly desire. Again, this is Daniel Alley, and I'm glad you heard me today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do right now, and leave a comment in the section below and let me know how this video has helped change your soul.